Hello, Internet Nation. Alex and Ashley here, as well as Fester's Foot. This is kind of a rant of sorts, because I'm a little frustrated and baffled, really. So, it's like 12 in the afternoon. Yeah, I usually get woken up around this time on the daily. There's nothing wrong with undersleeping and your body just refusing to get enough sleep. But that's not why I don't get enough sleep. You know, I get woken up at least twice every day. Today it was twice. And I don't have a problem with Cthulhu waking me up because when you're a fur baby parent, or just a parent in general, sometimes you're gonna get woken up by your child, jumping on top of you and running around next to your bed and jumping all over the place, playing with things and all that stuff. That's fine. That's fine. That comes with the territory. But then, when you got roommates blasting music in the kitchen on the other side of your wall early in the morning and banging around and slamming dishes together and doing all this stuff, and then having clients over and handling those clients on the other side of your wall while they play music and talk loudly. Literally this morning I woke up to the sound of the people downstairs having an argument, and it sounded like they were in my room. That's how loud they were. It's one thing for me to be laying on the floor with my ear pressed up against a mattress. That I can understand. But they weren't just I weren't just hearing them here. I was hearing them everywhere. It sounded like they were in my room. That's how loud they were yelling. You could hear every part of their conversation. And the thing that really gets me is it usually stops when I wake up. Literally this morning my phone died because I usually listen to guided meditations. These days I do. They help me fall asleep more than regular YouTube videos. So I'll put those on to fall asleep because I have terrible insomnia that prevents me from falling asleep. I don't even really get tired. I'm usually just high. Which is funny because every day I go to sleep and I'm like, I'm not going to smoke tomorrow. I'm going to be fine and I'm going to get through the day. That's usually when I get woken up in the most, shaking of manners. I get woken up by Cthulhu almost every day. That I'm kind of used to. It's not a guarantee that she's going to wake me up. Usually she'll wake me up and then a few hours later somebody else will wake me up. Usually I find that if I put Cthulhu in her cage so that I can actually, not get interrupted, because she will keep going. I usually give her 3 strikes and then she gets caged. But, some days you don't want to get up 3 times to stop somebody from doing something. Like the other day, she was like, I'm going to dig in this thing. Okay, cool, you took the thing. I'm going to knock this bottle of spit around on the floor. Okay, you took the bottle. I'm going to play with this. And I'm just like, look, you're going to go in the cage and you're going to stop making all this noise. It's funny to me how usually I don't get more than 5 hours of sleep. For a long time now, 5 has been my average. And I would just wake up after 5 hours. Last night, I don't know. I think I went to sleep around 6. I don't know, maybe 4. I stopped looking at the time. But I went to sleep around 6, got woken up around 10 by Cthulhu, went back to sleep, got woken up by somebody else again. Part of me feels like I'm going insane. Why that burp tastes like pineapples? I haven't had pineapples since 2 days ago. But half of me feels like I'm going insane because of all this sleep deprivation. It's hard. Most of the time I just want to sleep. And then I'll get high during the day and then fall asleep. But then it's not even taking a nap. I don't know. Is naps a daily occurrence for me now? I don't think so. I don't think they are. But usually I fall asleep during the day and then sleep for a long time. I think yesterday I almost slept through the whole day. It was like 6, and I thought it was 6 in the morning because the sun was down. And then I had to remind myself that it's 6 in the afternoon because the sun goes down at 5. Which, yeah, I usually only get like 2 to 3 hours of sunlight, which doesn't help me want to not sleep throughout the days. Because it's like it's freezing as hell outside. Now I do some deliveries today so I can get some bud. Because I'm a little stressed. Like, it's not just waking up coincidentally. It's not like they're just having a conversation. Because it's usually something with the people downstairs that wouldn't register as anything. Like today it was the arguing. Some days I wake up and somebody's playing the bass. And the thing that gets me about that is they won't just be like playing a song or anything. They'll just be practicing the same notes over and over. Just the same riff. To the point where it drives me mad because like repetition like that drives me mad. Like, I don't know, I'm very sensitive to vibrations. And I don't know if you know this, but sound travels in a vibration. So, like, I don't know. Anybody that's ever spent enough time around me, if we've ever, like, usually people complain because I listen to videos pretty low. But that's because, like, for one, mixing is not consistent across YouTube, you know? So it's like one person who will have their audio super low compared to ads, which I don't know if you notice this, but ads will literally yell at you to start, to grab your attention. I'm just like, bro, it's 6 in the morning and I just put on a video to lull myself to sleep. I don't need you going, Stadia! Every 5 minutes, you know? Like, I get it. Stadia seems exciting. You don't gotta yell it at me. Can you put my meditation video back on? But yeah, I like to listen to it very low because I don't know. Well, I do know because I'm trying to think of the word. Vulnerable and sensitive to vibrations, so it really bothers me. So something like the bass, just dong 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 dong. Eventually, it's just like, at the very least, could you not hit me with this repetition in the form of vibration? Could you like play a different riff, a song, anything that's not the same thing over and over and over again? Because that tends to give me anxiety, especially if it's like a bass, something so deep so that it has a low vibration. Those you feel more than high vibrations. So kind of like, okay, so there's this thing that'll happen to me if I'm in a place and I like the music that's playing and it's like real bass heavy so you can feel it and there are flashing lights. I will experience a form of sensory overload and have an orgasm, you know? Because, like, I can feel the vibration. It is, like, vibrating my body. It is almost a sexual experience. And you have the combination of the flashing lights. It's okay. I'm just gonna ride the wave, literally, you know? Because vibration is a lot more powerful than people think. But because most people aren't sensitive to it, they kind of, like, underplay it, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know why people do these things, and people don't really understand expressions like vibration sensitivity. You would think it would be pretty obvious. Vibration, sensitivity, a sensitivity to vibration. Everything carries a vibration, therefore everything affects you differently, you know? Like, literally, everything is vibrating. Whether it looks like it or not, everything is vibrating. The atoms are vibrating. I'm sensitive to the vibration of atoms. You know? So I can't look at things for too long. Probably why I'm so jittery. Like my atoms are bouncing around. So I can't sit still. I'm pretty bummed from the sleep deprivation. And it's an everyday thing. There's never really a day, those days where you just kind of like, oh, look, I'm conscious now. I'm just gonna like relax here for a moment and just take in the nice silence. Because there's such wonderful silence. It's so nice in this apartment sometimes. Like before, we didn't have neighbors to be arguing all the time. This is the second time they woke me up arguing. And that's weird. That's weird for me. Because it always sounds like there's two dudes and one girl. Last time it sounded like everybody just got straight up murdered after, and then they were quiet for days. I didn't even see them. Yeah, it's always something. Always somebody arguing or somebody being inconsiderate. Like, I don't know what the deal is with my roommates. It would be like 5 in the morning sometimes, and you just hear somebody stomping through the hallway, slamming dishes together. And I'm just like, damn, bro. Who hurt you? Why are you hurting those dishes? You can't, like, handle the porcelain delicately so you're not slapping it together at 5 in the morning? Or maybe not throw the dishes in the sink? Especially if you're not going to wash them, you don't need to, like, alert everyone that you're putting dishes in the sink. I don't care why people be blasting their music in front of my door. Like, I don't know. If you, like, know your roommate is an insomniac, would you really, like, be so inconsiderate? I don't know, like, if you don't have to blast music throughout the apartment. Which, I'm thinking about it now, and it kind of sucks, because, like, my room is furthest to the back of the house, so it's the quietest back here. But then it's, like, 2 doors down. Like, if I was still living in my old room, that might suck for me, because then I feel like one of my roommates likes to play music a lot at odd hours of the night, early in the morning, late at night, just real loud, like. And his room is, like, between 2 other rooms. So I'm just like, damn, that would suck, especially considering the fact that you're in that room and it's pitch black, just darkness, quiet as all hell. Like, it's so quiet in there, you can almost hear your blood pulsing. And then it's just boom, loud ass music all throughout the night. That would drive me mad. I would, like, probably will his ass out of the apartment like I did the other dude. Which I didn't will him out. I didn't really will him out. He just kind of left or got kicked out because he was a terrible dog owner. Or not terrible, but I've experienced a lot of dogs, most of which don't have social anxiety or separation anxiety. Like, you gotta really fuck up for your animal to have social anxiety when you've been leaving them alone their whole life, but that just means you're not doing it right, because you can't just, like, dip. I don't know. And then he just wouldn't take his dog out for a walk. Multiple times he would ask me to watch his dog and then not take it for a walk. It's like, it's 7 in the morning. I literally just said I'm about to go to sleep, and now you're asking me to watch your dog that you didn't take for a walk. So now, what? Is she just gonna pee in my room? Is she gonna bark in your room? What? Because this doesn't work for anybody. Maybe you, but definitely not anybody. Especially if you're not gonna pay me to deal with your dog who's gonna stare at the door and whimper, waiting for you to get back the entire time. Like, Hershey's better than that. And he's a big, energetic dog. He doesn't really whimper anymore. I don't know. It's just a mess. And it's like, I'm a mess, but at least I'm considerate, I guess, I don't know. There are times where Cthulhu would be scratching throughout the night, but that's just like scratching. That's just regular weasel shit. I think I had a weird dream where I had multiple weasels. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna do some deliveries today. I don't think Mike is gonna hit me up. That would be nice. Yeah, no message from Mike yet. He nibbled a little bit, so I failed. I assume he didn't have a good time sleeping because I told him don't let the Freddy Kruegers bite. Because he said he was going to sleep. Which I find to be hilarious because I just woke up. Nigga went to sleep hours before me and I just woke up and now you're just responding to my message after I woke up. Like, damn, bro. I don't know. I just need to find somebody who's good at responding. And also isn't like, I don't know, I find that usually with people it's 0 or 100. They always be like, when are we going to hang out? And I'd be like, when are we going to have our first conversation? You know? Like, everyone always wants to hang out, but then nobody wants to talk. And then it's like, how do I know we're going to have a good conversation when we hang out if we don't have conversation? Like, I mean, that's not for everyone. There are people in my inbox that are like, oh, let's hang out. And I'm like, yeah, I want to hang out with you too, but my social anxiety prevents me from building a potentially stable relationship with you. Like, you seem like a good person, therefore my social anxiety goes, nah, they definitely don't want to be your friend. But then if they're toxic individuals, my social anxiety is like, yeah, this is cool. Maybe I'm setting myself up for failure because then it's like, you know, if somebody's stable and really wants to be your friend and genuinely like has affections for you, then that relationship might last, and then that might like cause a drastic change in your life because now you feel like somebody cares about you and all that fun stuff because they actually show you that they care, not just by like giving you money, but like, you know, being there for you and helping you get through life and making life easier for you, all that fun stuff. I keep thinking about going outside to do deliveries so I can get some bud. But it's freezing out there. That's the thing stopping me. I don't like being cold, which is why a lot of the time I stay in bed. Which, thank God for my tiny little heater that I'm not sure has been doing anything because I've been freezing in bed for the past few days. Don't understand why. I think it's a mental thing or something like that because I'll be laying here and then I'm just like, damn, I'm freezing cold. And I've been sitting under my blanket for like 10 minutes and you would think by that time you would have warmed up. But nope, still freezing. So I think it's an internal thing. I'm usually pretty cold on the inside. And it's hard for me to warm up. But I mean, the thing about that is like, even if I dress warm, there isn't really getting around the inconvenience that is doing deliveries. I can't like find a dog walk that's not in Manhattan or near Prospect Park, which is funny because it's like, it'll show you how far something is. And there is literally no difference between 5 miles and 2 miles. You know? It'll be like, oh, this walk is 5 miles away. It's next to Prospect Park. Oh, this walk is 2 miles away. It's at the bottom of Prospect Park. And I'm just like, Prospect Park is not 3 miles. I mean, it could be no, it's definitely not 3 miles. It's like one long block. Technically, it's one long block, but when you look at it, it's like 17 blocks. So it might be a mile long, but it's definitely not 3 miles long that you'd have a 2 mile walk at the top. But I'm just like, how come anytime you see something that's like 1 mile, 2 mile, it's still on the tip of, it's like basically in Williamsburg. And I'm just like, Williamsburg is not a mile from me. Can you stop lying to me and give me a walk that's like not, I also hate the fact that I live on a hill. Just like, no matter what direction you go in, you're going down or up a hill. Maybe if you go to the side, you could go straight for a bit, but the second you turn on either of the corners, you're going either down or up a hill. And it's the combination of that mixed with freezing cold fingertips and a freezing face, and my nose is going to run constantly, and then I have to put a mask on and off and on and off and on and off, and that gets really annoying when you have locks, and you got to keep your ears warm, and you got to like make sure your hat is positioned correctly so that your ears don't get like, I don't know how to describe that, like a wind in your ears when you're biking, because then it's like I'll get an earache, and I feel like something's drilling into my ears because the breeze is too cold. It's just fucking torture, and then it hurts a lot, and there's nothing you can do about it aside from like sit there and hold your ears for 10 minutes until they warm up again. Like last time I did deliveries, I was wearing two hats. One hat to keep my head warm, and then a second hat that was pretty tight to hopefully keep the hat over my ears, and then you have to constantly like take the mask off, put your mask on, because stupid corona. You gotta do that when you pick up the food, when you drop off the food. You know, I would just leave the mask on if I already didn't have breathing problems. Like I will bike somewhere, put my mask on, and because I'm wearing a mask, just start having a coughing fit because I can't breathe. It's like I already have to like force myself to breathe. It's hard for me to continue to breathe while I'm like doing heavy endurance work. But I have to literally like regulate my breathing, just like in, out, in, out. Nice deep breaths. Keep breathing as you're biking furiously up this hill. And the freezing face, and then the snotty nose just dripping all over the place while I'm biking. And you run out of tissues when you have a runny nose and you're outside for long periods of time. But maybe if I do it while the sun's up, I'll still have time. I need more video requests that aren't show us your poop. So I don't have to like go out. Because every time I go outside, the world is like, what are you doing out here? Go fuck yourself. And I could make money by going to fuck myself. But the problem with that is people only want to see my poop. And I don't. No thanks. Those people are never serious either. Like, yes, I am extraordinarily uncomfortable with poop, you know? It's bad enough that I've gone poop numb by handling dog poop for the past 3 years. You know, that does not make me comfortable with my own poop. Like ferret poop, I've many a time handled ferret poop with my bare hands. But that doesn't make me comfortable with it, you know? So that's the only request I get, but those people are never, like, serious. Like, I'll give you a price, but I'm not going to make you anything until there's money in my pocket. Because, yeah, people get scammed all the time, and that could never be me. Never. It could never be me. It will never be me. Don't even think about making it me. Like, you won't get jack shit from me until I get that money. Like, even if you pay me half because the price is so high, I'm not delivering shit until you give me the rest, you know? That's just how this works. Like, you're the only one who's going to be afraid. Either I'm just not going to make it, or I have more content to release because you didn't want to pay for it. But then again, like, you know, you pay me for it, and then I'll tell you when to expect it. That's how that goes. But yeah, every time I go outside, the world is just like, go fuck yourself. Like last time when I was like, okay, yeah, my phone is dying. I'm just going to do this one more delivery and then I'm going to go home. And then it was like, hey, how would you like to turn this one delivery into 2 deliveries? To which I was like, bet. Which ironically, it was like, go fuck yourself. Because it sent me, like one delivery was $8 and then the other delivery was $2. It sent me to the $2 delivery first. Yes, they legit paid me $2 to bike 3 miles. And then my phone died. Like, it just died before I did the second delivery. And I'm just like, so you're really not going to give me that $8 for biking 3 miles? Which is funny because, like, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do this one delivery. And then my phone is like, bet. Well, you only got 10% left because this we don't have a battery. We only have butter. And I understand it's freezing cold out here and butter should solidify in the cold. But go fuck yourself because your butter is melting and now you have 10%. You have to bike 3 miles with the Uber app killing your battery. Literally kept turning my location off because at around 30%, Uber said, "Yeah, you don't need this map. You know this map that we literally specifically positioned upside down so that it would be like impossible to guide yourself. You don't need this." And like literally the GPS just stopped working. At one point it was like, "Okay, so this is how you're going to get to the next location." And it like started the like that blue line you're supposed to follow. It started that 2 blocks away from where I was. And because the map is upside down and like half of the time none of the blocks are labeled, I had no fucking idea where I was supposed to go. Multiple times that day I made the wrong turn because the map wasn't showing me where I was and so many blocks were unlabeled, and half the time it's like, "Sorry, GPS can't work because you're in motion." And I'm just like, isn't that the point though? Like, isn't it supposed to tell me where to go while I'm in motion? Isn't that the whole the whole point of GPS? And Uber's like, "Nope, it's not how it works. Have fun finding the location by yourself." Half the time it'll send you to the wrong location. Like, God forbid you have 2 drop-offs. It'll be like, "Okay, go to the second drop-off, but you really have to go to the first drop-off. We guided you to the second drop-off, but go fuck yourself." So I just need to fuck myself more so I can make my income that way. So if you want a video, hit me up. LOL. But I'm going to end this here because we're at 26 minutes and I don't feel like splicing this together. So, bye. Until next time, know that you're loved by this guy and their super reflective glasses. And, yeah, I'm gonna go charge my phone and my headphones and my portable charger because even though it sucks ass, you should never be outside without an ability to at least get a juice. Yeah, that's how much juice you get. You just get a juice. Not like full juice, just... I had to hit it with my palm that time because I kept punching it with my wrist and then I was hitting my fucking rings. And then, being thankful that it only hurt a little bit, but then I kept doing it. If something hurts, don't keep doing it. Bye.